Hey guys, you ever hear about Live for Love TV? I want you to like, share and subscribe. Check it out, it's a bomb.
Share and subscribe. Live for Love TV.
Like, share, Live for Love TV.
Like, share, and subscribe. Live for Love TV. Oh.
Welcome back to Live for Love TV. Today's the 9th day of the 9th month of the 22nd year inside the 21st century. Hope everyone's doing well out there. You can see I'm in the savannah. Okay, I'm in the bush. Anyway, last 24 hours, we've been hearing on the news feeds all over the world that the Queen of England, or the Queen of Britain, or the Queen of the Commonwealth, or whatever her title is, has passed away. And almost every single news report you hear is telling you how sad it is. It's a very sad day for England, a very sad day, for the United Kingdom. Well, as I said on this channel, we don't really promote sadness at the time people pass away, because that's a strange way of looking at life, knowing what's going to happen. We're not talking about people who are babies and 10 and 15 and young children who have died in horrible circumstances. We're talking about, for instance, in this case, somebody who is 96 years old, whose back and head was getting closer to the ground than it was to the ceiling. She was not in a good condition, which you wouldn't expect from most 96-year-old people if they're still around. And for her family, surely it must be a relief. I'm sure she was going through a lot of pain, a lot of suffering, and a lot of illnesses that we would not have been privy to. So I don't quite understand this part of sadness. In fact, I personally believe most of the people who say it's a sad day are the typical people that go to regular funerals and pretend and cry and make all this noise about the person who's passed away, who they haven't seen for 20 years, who they never called, who they never asked if they were having any financial difficulties, could they help out, but they're there at the funerals pretending that they are, the best friend of the person, or they really cared about the person. I think this is the same thing you're seeing in the case of the Queen of England. I'm certainly never happy to hear somebody's passed away. I don't care who it is. I don't glorify when somebody passes away, and I don't get too sad when people pass away normally, because maybe you could say I'm stoic, that I believe that these things are inevitable and we have to live with them in that way, and we shouldn't be so so caught up in our emotions on these things, because it's going to happen to everyone watching this, and me myself. It's difficult because you have so many in the UK. You have so many people who are anti-monarchists, and yet you don't hear any of them now. Not a single word. They've run under their little stones and not a word to say about the monarchy and its legacy throughout the last 1,000 years. Not mentioned. These people don't like the monarchy, but they got nothing to say now. They sort of whispering under, maybe under their bed somewhere, frightened to say anything about, they don't like the monarchy or whatsoever. I particularly have got no love for the monarchy because of what I believe it stands for in general. But as I said, if a human being passes away, it doesn't matter who the human being is, to glorify it at the death or the passing away of somebody, it's a very sick thing. It doesn't matter who it is. It's a very sick mentality to have. We all pass away, even the wicked, even when they have to be, extinguished. We still don't glorify at that person. We just say, good luck to their spirit, good luck to their soul, whatever happens. They had to go, it had to be done. But we're not here to glorify at the death of anybody. So I certainly wouldn't glorify at the Queen or anybody else's passing away. But I'm not sad. I wouldn't be sad if it was somebody else, and I certainly wouldn't be sad at anybody in the monarchy particularly, because they don't stand for anything that I understand. I mean, what I have to go back, just like they go back. They pay big credence to their ancestry, big credence to who they come from, big credence to who they are. Well, if I pay big credence to who I am, where I come from, and who I am, then I won't have anything to do with people like that, because they had nothing to do with my ancestry that was good. They have nothing they can say, nothing I can look at and say, oh, they did a great job for my ancestors, or they did a great job for my cousins, my mums, my uncles, my great-grandfathers. They've never done a good job for anybody that I know or anybody I associate with. So I don't have any feelings towards these people at all. But when you hear people saying, oh, it's a mother country, the head of the Commonwealth, she wasn't invited to the monarchy, let me correct myself, was not invited to one of these Commonwealth countries that it's now head of. These were invasions, never forget that. They invaded these countries, took them over, controlled them, and controlled their wealth. This is nothing to do with, talk about Commonwealth countries as if, oh, well, she's the head of the Commonwealth. She's the head of the Commonwealth because her family invaded, controlled, and terrorized all of these countries and these people. Simple people they were at the time, in compared to the British Empire. So anybody who's an empire person, especially the British Empire person, I don't know. I really don't have anything in common with you. Honestly, I really don't. We might like the same music, we may like the same food, but in reality, I have nothing in common. If you like the British Empire, when you know its actual true history, and you try to bring up things that, oh, it did this good thing and that good thing. Everybody does some good things everywhere, but most of the job that it did was negative to most of the people that connected to me or connected to anybody that I know. Very, very, very negative. And I even heard that I don't know what to call him. I'm not going to make any mention of what and what I think about him. But this man Piers Morgan has taken this occasion to go on with his diatribe about the royal family and how great they are. This guy's a. When I say, you have some people that you just know are impotent and you know they're losers. You just know it. I don't care how many people put him on their TV program. I don't care how many views he has. This man is an impotent and he's a loser. You can just look at him and know he is. This is a complete comedian to me. He should be in vaudeville, what they call it, or have a red nose like Ronald McDonald. Absolute joke. He's actually had the cheek to bring up this woman Meghan McCann, which I don't have a lot of time for, and almost try to bring her down in this time to make people hate her even more than he tried to make her. He lost his job because of what he said about her, and now he's still going on at this time to say that she's this and she's that and she's caused all kind of problems. And this, the woman's a 96-year-old woman who has died of natural causes. What has it got to do with Meghan Markle, whatever her name is? But you find some way to tie that in to that. And then you start saying that and this is the funny thing about people like this man, he is saying the royal family is not racist. Now, if one racist backs another racist, then how exactly is that any form of evidence? I mean, this man will tell you he's got friends or he knows people. But if you don't know what a racist is, if you don't know what a racist is someone who believes they belong to something superior than other people because of the race that they come from. This is what he is. I don't have a problem saying it. I don't care what he thinks. I don't care what anyone says. This is what a racist is to me. I don't know the definition by anybody else's terms. But if you feel you're superior, and I'll say that to anybody, some people say that someone looking like me can't be a racist. Well, as far as if you're sitting next to me and you think you're superior because of your race, and then you start bringing up all these historical facts and stuff, I don't understand. To me, you're racist. I don't want to hear people say, "Oh, you don't have the power to stop people." That's racist. That's a racist mentality. It doesn't matter who it is. So when one racist is saying that the monarchy is not racist, this is amazing. The first person of color to come in to that family for the last few hundred years has found themselves in all kinds of problems. And the fact that they now basically they have to run out of the family. Imagine that. But yet he can still find a way to say it ain't racist, and find a way at this time when everyone's emotional and under pressure in the UK and feeling really temmed up to bring this woman's name up again. He'll find a way. But this is what these people do. This is what they do. This is why you know their MO. This is how you know these people's MO. They cannot help themselves. Just like a crackhead can't help himself or an alcoholic can't help himself. These demonic mentalities cannot help themselves. They'll use any occasion to get all the people to turn against you. And it's usually because you don't look like them, you don't agree with them. All these little petty things that they have going on, is everyone has to be against you. They themselves won't come up against you, especially unless they got their bodyguards. They got their bodyguards with them, or they would never face you one-to-one in any place that the cameras weren't. and say any of the things that they say about people. This is what they're like. They've always been like this. This is nothing unusual. So just like other people have taken this occasion to say that they're sad, I've taken this occasion to say I'm neither happy or sad at the passing of anybody. Not happy or sad. I'm stoic about it. It's something that has to happen, and I'm certainly more relieved when somebody's lived a long and fruitful life, and as far as we can see, has not suffered the pains of poverty, and stuff like that. We should all be relieved for that person and for their families. But when somebody's 8, 9, 10, 15 have died from all kind of terrible situations, starvation, whatsoever, there may be a cause there to be sad, but not in this case. But that's just my thinking. You can leave your comments, good or bad, makes no difference to me. Let other people hear what you've got to say. And that's bye from me, Live for Love TV. See you soon.
One step more, one step more, one step more, one step more, until you reach your goals. One step more.
This is Live for Love.